We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Ready to get things rocking, the Pro Bowl kicker from the NFC last year, Aldrich Rosas. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go, 47.
A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
23 yards the pickup there. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL, and now making start number 49 to kick off 2019. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 13-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Let's go.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Kill.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley.
I was all over his fucking ankles right there.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10.
Oh, he's going to do that same.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, alert 3. Check safety. Switch, hey. 26.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, the spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie, the only non-loss in the expansion Cowboys' first season. 6 decades later, still one of the most heated rivalries in the NFL. Heck, even Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett spent 3 seasons in a Giants uniform. And Dallas lead. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
He's coming. We got ready.
Now Saquon Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
What we got?
Now Jones. He's going to let this one go deep.
Hi, bro.
And that's caught inside the 30. Golden Tate's going to go. Touchdown, Giants. Golden Tate, 61 yards. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead.
Sometimes the player just does not react to the button.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. On second down, it's Pollard. And an alley to run. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play here for the Cowboys. And even 60 yards for him on the ground.
First down and 10 yards to go.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run with Elliott. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. But we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his first career touchdown in his first career game as his guys are able to regain the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be fourth down. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Pollard. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning.
Right there, 54.
Prescott down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Lamb. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Second and 5 now. Prescott being chased out left. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. First down, Prescott. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Dexter Lawrence brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Throwing. Prescott. This is caught. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To throw is Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Cedric Wilson. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it.
Mike, check, 59. I'm on. 59.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline now for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So we're at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
61, match box, right.
From the gun, Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. The season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago when Ingram caught 64 passes. Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4, so 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Cowboys' 49-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Barkley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead here. We'll be talking a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part,
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Jones now. Going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Well, there was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. The 20. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, here we go. Check.
Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come on out here. Come get some.
Operating from the gun, Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the 3rd quarter in Tampa. And the Bucs having little problem in that one. They've just opened the lead a bit further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down. These Cowboys looking good here at AT&T Stadium. Of course, they were really good in this building last year, 7-1 in their 8 games played at home. The only loss was on a Monday night to Tennessee. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught at the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Barkley stripped of the football, and the Cowboys have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
You got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Jones. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st down, New York.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to let one flip, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sean Lee picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. The toss out to Barkley. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Go on. Hey, they're scared.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And Tate's got it. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Dexter Lawrence in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
Making my rookie look bad, bro. I might be kind of Williams, actually.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Prescott. Got his favorite target yet again.
I'm just waiting for you to get off him.
30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. Prescott now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Prescott. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Check, no. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, shit, there's 8 seconds left. I wasn't even paying attention to the time.
So